In the last episode of Season 2, we finally see Garou getting defeated, and Saitama reveals his true power while Genos watches proudly. The next episode begins at the hero's fortress, where everyone is in shock over the massive damage the city has suffered. The gigantic creature has completely razed it to the ground with its overly powerful attacks, and now they are saying that the Elder's centipede has been annihilated without any traces of it. At the board meeting, one of them says that this is quite unexpected, and they can't believe it must be a feat only he could pull off. The mistake, this accomplishment goes to King, and how fortunate they are to have him by their side. One of them says that if they talk about the hero hunter, they have handed over Garou's capture to Silver Frank, and it seems that he has still failed. He asks Sitch how he plans to allow the hero to be hunted. The Hero Association will stop existing if this continues. Sitch nervously says that Garou is no longer a human, and he wants him to fall into the category of a monster. He wants him to be included in the monsters category, so that the next time he appears, they can issue a warning that a disaster-class monster or a dragon-class monster has arrived. One of them still argues that he is still a human, and how can there be any human who can oppose a S-class hero with nothing but their bare fists? No one can believe it. Sitch, on the other hand, can't believe that the board of directors is treating the S-class heroes as merchandise. He lets them know that Silver Frank is trying to make contact with the hero hunter, but has failed to finish him off. This is beyond their calculations. But he has still been able to inflict heavy wounds on Garou. So the odds of Garou appearing before them as a member of the Monster Association are low. But they need to think of a positive outcome. One of the Ballies yells that they should call Blast at once. He is the top-ranking hero after all, and yet he never springs into action. Everything associated with him is in the dark except for his name. But Sitch says that it is impossible for them to order Blast to do anything. He only performs acts of heroism of his own will, and he is not bound by anyone and hates being in the limelight. He goes as far as to refuse being published in the hero category. With an undertone of confidence, he says that when humanity is in danger, he will sprint into the action and will be there. Everyone wonders what nonsense he is saying. The chairman of the Hero Association barges into the room. Everyone stands up in respect for Mr. Narinki, but he is not having any of it. After all, his son has been kidnapped, and even after 24 hours, they still have no clue. He yells, "How dare they," when he has been pumping money into their wallets all this time. One of them vows that they will rescue him at all costs, and if they can speak freely, for rushing into the den of the monsters, they are putting together a team, and they are trying to acknowledge his distress, and he only needs to wait a little longer. The chairman wonders who he is, and he replies that he is the commander of the rescue operation. Finally, a team is put together, a terrible tornado who wonders that those monsters are using some underhanded means, but they didn't do much of a damage, and there is still no match for her. The commander says that the Child Emperor is working on getting there as fast as he can. He has multiple robots scouting the area of the Elder Centipede, trying to track his escape route, and in 3 days, he should have a rough location. One of the chairmen lets him know that they only have 2 days, and he nervously says that he will be pulling an all-nighter. The little tornado, on the other hand, wonders if it is somewhere in Z City and maybe she should just cause the whole city to explode, but the commander is not too enthusiastic with the idea. In fear of casualties, they must walk carefully. The terrible tornado tells them that those monsters are using some underhanded means, and if they weren't so sneaky, they wouldn't have a chance against her. It just shows how afraid they are, but the commander tells them not to take them lightly. After all, they are very powerful, but terrible tornado is not having any of it. She coldly says that she has had enough of his overestimation of the enemies. Why has he called them here just to give another meaningless warning? But a hologram of a mechanical knight shoots out of the commander's eye. He reveals the truth that the Dark Knight was continuing the investigation on his own, ignoring the parameters of the mission and forcing himself into the ghost town. Darkshine wonders why he was all alone. The commander lets them know that it was only overconfidence on his part. After all, he has never faced a loss, yet they have no signals or communication with him. He has likely been defeated. This causes all of the heroes to freeze, and a terrible tornado hotly says that they should do it and round up her team. The Monster Association has given them a 3-day ultimatum, and the remaining heroes must hurry back so that they can get the prep done. One of them walks through the streets all alone. He looks at the unassuming building and wonders if this is it. Meanwhile, back at the headquarters, Atomic Samurai wonders why should they be on standby when a child is in danger. But Darkshine reprimands him on smelling like a bloody bandage. Atomic Samurai lets him know that they've been searching for a hidden monster entrance and have gone through the tallest mountains, crawled through the deepest caves, killing left and right. But they have no signal of the Monster Association hideout. Darkshine says that it makes sense. It must be somewhere in Z City. This revolution infuriates Atomic Samurai. He turns to leave, telling everyone that they should have had a hand on battle. He tells everyone to rest and take care of themselves. Meanwhile, Sweet Mask arrives. He wonders if they are truly the cream of the crop, and why are there low performers everywhere. He reminds them that this is not a picnic to bring their little band of ragtag heroes. He tells Atomic Samurai that small fish shouldn't swim in open waters, and if they are taken as additional hostages, it will make the situation tricky. Darkshine tells Atomic Samurai to tell his disciples to commit seppuku in case they are taken, but Atomic Samurai ignores him, asking Sweet Mask if he is tagging along. He nonchalantly says that he was in the middle of a concert tour and the monsters broke into it and made a mess of everything. Atomic Samurai smiles, telling him that his pupils are strong. He will ask them to protect the little idol boys. Sweet Mask wonders if someone here is doubting his power, and it just looks easier to manage for a class. But he had any reason he could rise to S-class whenever he wanted. He valiantly says that he is weaker than him, and this infuriates Atomic Samurai. His disciple wonders if things are going to go down for real, asking everyone if he could walk out of the door for everyone to see. The warden says that this is the only time he returned a blind eye for him. Every time he goes to play hero, he is not fooling anyone, and there was one monster, a cat-like creature that turned an entire group of prisoners into monsters and took them away. The only evidence of the battle is the countless bodies of the brave officers who tried to stop them, but were killed on sight. The warden tells Puri Puri to get that ragtag group of monsters for them. Puri Puri lets them know that he will give them a piece of his mind. A prisoner runs towards him saying that he has knitted him a new sweater and he should give it a try. He smiles, saying it gives him double the courage. Meanwhile, back at the headquarter, Child Emperor can't concentrate with everyone looking at him. He asks for a bit more time. Everyone turns to leave and he silently pushes a button to contact with Metal Knight asking for a response. Metal Knight wonders what's now. He is in the middle of an important breakfast. Child Emperor takes a bite out of his lollipop, telling him that he has wasted a lot of time and effort, but is still nowhere near the location. Metal Knight, on the other hand, must have the location. Metal Knight silently asks him if he wants the hostage to be killed, because if he says nothing, the hostage will be killed, and if he says something, he will bring about the death of everyone. In a penance-stricken voice, Child Emperor yells at Metal Knight to join them in the operation. He tries to boost his spirit, asking what is he afraid of. If he is afraid of his mechanical body that was wrecked, he just needs to let them know what monster is responsible for that. After a moment of consideration, he says that the monster responsible is Orochi, the king of monsters, but he has no data on how he did it. The only thing he knows is that he can extend his horns to strike them from afar. It pierced both of the arms raised in defense, triggering a self-destruction mechanism. He says that he is not afraid of the Monster Association, but there is another evil waiting in the shadows. As soon as humanity is short of protectors, it will come further. He tells everyone to take care and not to trust anyone. The Child Emperor is not too excited with the obscure metaphors. The Child Emperor wonders about the Blizzard group being obliterated, even though her sister is half at fault, but it is an emergency and they need to have a meeting. She rings the bell to Saitama's apartment, but Silver Fang's brother answers the door and assures her him. To her surprise, she looks at a horde of S-class heroes chilling in Saitama's apartment. King playing video games, so Genos repairing his armor and Silver Fang tending to his wounds. King wonders if she's here to hang out. Saitama, on the other hand, is too troubled because of losing to King after grinding for hours. Genos coldly looks at her, wondering about the Blizzard group. He coldly says there will be no new disciples in the house of Saitama's. Silver Fang apologizes for lounging here and asks Fubuki to reach for a compress. Fubuki, on the other hand, looks at them in horror. Her mind starts to race, wondering what is going on. Why is a horde of S-class heroes chilling here when there's a state emergency? She yells that the entire Blizzard group is done for. The Monster Association is a very big threat and there is no time to play games. Saitama coldly says that she just needs to chill out. and what's wrong with resting for a bit. She angrily calls him a deadbeat, and Genos tells her to stop it. They faced powerful enemies, and she is not the only one dealing with danger. She wonders why is Silver Fang in this apartment. Silver Fang says that he was fighting right now, and Saitama was kind enough to let him rest a bit because his back is acting up. His brother is also complaining about his knee, but she wonders why are they lounging. It must have been a terrible battle. But why is Saitama resting like always? She calls out to Saitama that he must be nervous looking at such powerful enemies. But to Saitama, everything is normal. This further angers her, and she says that it's a critical situation. They wonder why is she getting so worked up, but she slams her hands on a table telling everyone to have a meeting. Genos is a S-class hero. He must have heard something from the upper management about the operation. Saitama tells Genos to tell her and spill the tea. He informs her that his hands have been busy cheering for Master Saitama in the tournament and battling monsters, and his communicator has also melted. Silver Fang also lost his communicator, and King's communicator broke. Fubuki wonder what are they planning to do. The war is already raging on. Genos coldly says that he can't lift a finger until he finishes his repairs. After all, Dr. Kusino has spent the entire night rebuilding himself. Saitama whispers that the professor must not have imagined that he would wreck his body on his first day. The Silver Fang duo whisper that the youth is mysterious, but they need more time to recover. Fubuki wonders what will King be doing, and he says he will be on a different case. It turns out that only she is left with Saitama. She wonders what is Saitama even doing. The head coaster is specializing a task force. The B-class hero must be there for an impact and maybe they can make a difference, but Saitama's face suggests otherwise. She wonders if he is listening. The enemy is a large organization put together by monsters. It's likely that a powerful boss is urging them on. Silver Fang wonders that that must be true. If Garou is added to their ranks, it will get back. His brother agrees, saying that the chance of fighting Garou alone is slim. And if they have more monsters like the centipede, they should give up on playing hero. King, on the other hand, turns to Saitama. He wonders if the hero hunter has passed by Saitama, and this infuriates Saitama. He calls him a bastard because he never shows up to hunt him. He puts on his uniform, telling everyone he will be out for a while. Genos wonders if his master knows where is the hunter, but he says that he will look for him. Once he finds the dude, he will beat the pudding out of him. He also says that they are in need of cabots, so he will be out. Fubuki is furious when it seemed that she had cornered him. He slipped away. Getting Saitama and his crew to join them is harder than ever. Meanwhile, at the Hero Association headquarters, the chairman is yelling that the whole association is useless. He yells that his son must be traveling in the dark waiting for help. They must move on to Z City, find out their hideout, and save his son. He yells that the battlesuit they are wearing are secret weapons in development. Their firepower is more than what a pro hero can whip up. They must exert their full power and kill every monster on sight, and thus Narinki's private squad comes to be consisting of 8 members. Garou wakes up in cold sweat. He looks around, wondering where he is. He must have survived, but his memory is all over the place. He looks at a letter next to him, a letter welcoming him to the Monster Association, and if he is reading this, he has been saved from death. The letter further instructs him to rest and nurse his wounds, and if he breaks out, he will be targeted by the hero, so he needs a safe place. Garou crumbles up the letter and tosses it into the bin. His whole body hurts like hell and is bandaged up. His limbs feel like they are made of lead, but he still bursts through the cell. He recalls fighting the old man, and the bird idiot got in the way. To him, the Monster Association is nothing but a pain in the back. He wonders about the old man and the centipede, but he decides that the ear smells of blood. He needs to move quickly. He looks at a light at the end of the hallway, and pleas for mercy ring through the corridor. He peeks from behind a wall and looks at the special task force, asking for mercy and a chance to redeem themselves. They tell the monster that they can turn a blind eye, and he can do whatever he wants with the hostage. They are here just for the money, and they will hand over everything that they have earned to him. They plead with him not to eat them. Garou wonders if it is a task force and how cowardly of them as they grovel for mercy. One of the monsters is not having it, saying that they were too happy to kill 2 of their foot soldiers, and how can they let go of them after that? It tells them that their employer has given them incredible gear, and they should earn their worth and keep their chin up. It tells him that all the monsters are ready for a challenge. The commander is bursting into tears, and he looks away, saying they were about to reach outside when a weird robot showed up. The fat monster says that they are glad for everything. The monster wonders what he wants to be called. The cybernetic samurai says that he spotted them by chance and is pleased that the association is giving him a chance, and he will be named a machine god, a disaster level. He says he has been sent here by a certain organization that has reasons to assist the association. They wonder about the association and how he knows the exact path to the hideout. They want to know about his creator, but Machine God falls silent. The monster still welcomes him. A telepathic voice tells Garou that he should hide for a bit longer. He wonders what is this voice in his head. The task force, on the other hand, is crying pathetically. They wonder how they should handle the members of the task force. Should they execute them or turn them into monsters? The crowd has a few colorful opinions, ranging from murder to eating them alive. One of the monsters says that everyone thirsts for blood, so they will not hold back at this point. A few low-ranking monsters leap towards the task force, yelling out, "First come, first served." The head monster tells them not to get ahead of themselves, but a voice wonders if that is so. The incoming monsters are split in half by a mysterious figure who yells that it wants them all for itself. This is the disaster-level demon, Royal Ripper, who wants to hear a human scream and doesn't want to lose its mind. It gently strokes its blade across the commander's face, wanting to have fun for a little while longer. Garou wonders if some of them have forced their way in. They must be leading an organization or something, and the one at the top must be a powerful monster that can crush anyone who steps out of line. He must be strong enough that the centipede would bow to him. Machine God interrupts this festival of madness, saying that someone who has crossed arms with them, he wants to offer them an evolution and evaluation. Their battle suits have high battle potential. They should prove useful in the war. However, they are customized to each of their body and their functions can't be optimized by other people, much less monsters. The monster wonders if they should use them as cannon fodder. Royal Ripper is not too enthusiastic about this point, saying that the ones that are broken are too fun to let go. It wonders if they want to die, but a thorny whip stops the blade. Monkey Monster, loving roleplay, whips out her thorny whip, saying that she will take care of them and will whip them into shape. The head monster tells Royal Ripper that they should let Super S handle it. The crowd wonders what she means by whipping them. They are already begging, but she tells them to be silent. With a few cracks from her whip, they start to lock in, and Super S says that it's good that she has capable slaves now. Machine God wonders if he can ask something. Is killing a fellow member permitted in the association? The head monster says that it wants them to restrain for most of the part, and they want the monsters to be in harmony. But sometimes, when things can't be avoided, they should try not to overdo it, and he will turn a blind eye to him. Royal Ripper looks at Machine God in a fit of madness, saying that it can still smell a human. There must be one. Garou arrives, and the monster in charge greets him, saying he's up early. Everyone looks at the hero hunter and how everyone is rooting for him. Everyone lets him know that they picked him up in a very injured state. But some of them wonder why a weak human gets such favors. The monster tells everyone to get quiet. He needs to have an important chat with him. Garou, on the other hand, notices a gigantic monster reclining at the edge of the arena. He asks what he wants. The monster in charge says that they have 500 soldiers in their ranks, and there's a similar number of soldiers employed by the Hero Association. If he estimates 30 members will arrive with a disaster-level demon or such, they have an edge over the heroes to emerge victorious. However, they lack any unity in their ranks, and as a capable reader, he wants Garou to become a monster associate executive, and he wants him to be his assistant. One of the monsters wonders why he gets to be an executive right off the bat. Is he playing favorites? But the monster in charge says that he is the type of person that he's been looking for. Strong and anti-hero. Strong enough to go toe-to-toe with an S-rank hero. He's perfect. However, their boss, Lord Orochi, has a condition. The monster in charge says that he wants Garou to prove himself. Garou wonders why. Does he want him to grow horns or something? But Lord Orochi says that he needs to bring back a hero's head in a single day. And if he can kill a hero without hesitation, he will be a monster in everyone's eyes. The chicken lets Garou know that Silver Frank and his buddies are alive, and that Elder Centipede has been defeated. The flashy duo remark that no one must be expecting two of the top executives to be taken out before the battle. And maybe that's why he is trying to recruit Garou. But his fellow says that it seems hard to believe that a Braft can fill the ranks that the Elder Centipede used to hold. One of them says that they are stronger, but he can't wonder what the head monster is thinking. But if he can crush Flash along with other heroes, that's enough for him for now. They wonder about speed or sound. They haven't heard from him. Meanwhile, Bug God and Ripper stand in attendance to the monster. Who tells them to tail Garou as he has stepped outside?